What is Cafe Mocha? Cafe Mocha is experts, celebrities.
What's up? This is Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yours truly, Idris Elba.
This is Fantasia.
This is Invo.
This is India Ari.
So much more. All from a woman's perspective.
What flavor are you, baby?
This is Cafe Mocha.
It's Cafe Mocha. I'm Angelique along with Lonnie Love and Yo-Yo, who's got a big weekend this weekend.
Yes. I am so excited. Disney is producing Saturdays, which I'm also going to be a cast member. I play the Duchess. But for those who don't know, it's a story of a young girl named Paris Johnson, and she helps her best friends from the Weeby Girls create this crew, and they skate. They have a wonderful time, and it is the first all-black Disney cast, EP'd by Marsai Martin.
Oh, cute.
Yes, it debuts this Saturday on Disney Plus. You can catch episode 1 and 2.
And you play the Duchess. Does that mean you get on roller skates? That's all I want to know.
I thought I could roller skate the entire time throughout the entire audition. I could roller skate, honey. I put those roller skates on just to practice. And I asked my sister, I said, wait, do I need knee pads and a helmet? I said, Yolanda, you show up with some knee pads and a helmet, I don't think you're going to get the gig. But I'm excited. Yeah, I play the Duchess. I'm like the big auntie. I own the roller skating rink. Okay. And every Saturday, the girls come to the rink. And of course, I do what the Duchess does.
What the Duchess does, which I guess we have to watch Disney Plus to find out what that is.
And I am so excited. Yeah, we just did press and everyone's so excited. It's an amazing cast of young, up and coming and some young actors that you've seen before. So I'm excited to watch this new movement of skating. What
I'm excited about is I just don't remember in your career you doing any big recurring roles or anything like this. Is this your first time doing something?
Listen, this is my first time. I finally understand what Lonnie Love has been talking about. When you're trying to juggle these schedules, you have to be precise, on point. I mean, the coaching, the sleeping, the getting up. I'm thinking, okay, I'll do it. I could wing some things. Oh no, it was a constant struggle to, perform every day at your highest. 16 episodes. I'm in, I believe 11.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And you had to leave California for a while to do it, right?
Chicago, baby. Oh, I had the prettiest time in Chicago. Chicago is such a beautiful city, despite all of the things that are going on in the city. It's a beautiful time. I went there during the spring and summer.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I got a chance to get away from Los Angeles for a minute.
I love that. What else is going on? Don't you have an event in Charlotte on?
I have an event that I was hoping you can come to, Angelique, but of course you're not going to be in Charlotte. It's April the 1st. It is a big event. Chuck Chill Out is definitely going to be in the house. This event is Yo-Yo Chuck Chill Out. And Chuck Chill Out, I don't know if you guys know DJ Chuck Chill Out, worked with LL Cool J. We're celebrating 50 years of hip hop. Everybody's going to be in the building. QC Sound Stage, and that is in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is a day party, by the way. So, you can have the best time, have as many mimosas as you would like, get some small bites, and enjoy Yo-Yo hitting the stage with DJ Chuck Chill Out.
Have you, switching the subject, have you been watching the SWV Escape reality show at all?
I have, yes.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I have. Isn't it amazing? I mean, it really is playing out on social media. Something crazy, right?
Yeah.
What's your take on it?
I'm not going to have a take, but we're getting ready to have LaTocha on the show so she can share her take.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, and you're seeing executives in the comments. I mean, everyone is having their say so. It has been a ride. And unfortunately, what people don't realize is, they always say, why don't you guys do all the ladies get together, whether it's R&B or hip hop? And what they don't realize is it's really tough when you're trying to gather a bunch of women and status becomes an issue.
Go ahead. I'm not going to say anything.
And working with family, she and her sister, I cannot wait to talk to her about that. And when the mama got involved, she said, cut the cameras.
Oh my gosh, she threw the people out the house. She threw the people out the house.
Yes, I am so excited. to talk to her because I mean, yeah, it's really big right now. And before, you don't know if they're playing for the cameras.
I know.
But you dig deep and you say, wow, this really is a rooted problem.
Well, LaTocha Scott from Escape is coming up next on Cafe Mocha.
Here's your dose of espresso. Strong, hot news now.
This is the Espresso. Howard University made it to March Madness for the first time in 31 years. They lost to the number one team, but VP Harris was there for the post-game pep talk.
You hustled out there. You are smart. You are disciplined. You put everything you had into the game. And that's what it's about, right? Until the last minute. You guys did that.
And if you haven't watched Kerry Washington's new series, Unprisoned, you gotta tune in.
We tell a lot of stories about people going into prison and a lot of stories about what it's like in prison, but we don't explore the challenges of what it's like to be a returning citizen, the challenges of trying to re-enter society as a formerly incarcerated person.
Now streaming on Hulu. And we lost a great actor last week, Lance Reddick, who stayed working. He left us with a lot of great projects, including John Wick 4.
I couldn't believe that it was bigger than the last one. I don't know how you can have more action and better action, but we do. But also, the emotional stakes have been raised to this level, I feel, for the characters more than in any other franchise.
Rest in power, Lance. That's the Espresso. This is Cafe Mocha. Angelique, Lonnie Love, and Yo-Yo joining us. LaTocha Scott from the group Escape and the Bravo reality series SWV and Escape, the Queens R&B. Welcome to Cafe Mocha, LaTocha.
Man, glad to be with y'all.
I mean, it's so good to hear your voice, sis. And I am so excited for your new upcoming project, a solo project. First of all, why did you pick gospel as your first solo project?
Well, it's been a part of me my whole life. I started singing in the church. Grew up, my dad was my inspiration. I would watch him at home come up with all kind of like harmonies and songs off the top of his head, and he played by ear. So that was something that immediately interested me as a child. And when he would put me on program at church, I wasn't afraid to get on stage. And I was like, I love this. And so fast forward, singing R&B music, of which the first thing I asked Jermaine when we got signed was, can you please put Living in Vain on the album? And he was like, Living in Vain? I don't even know what that is. And I was like, listen, it's the Clark sisters. We grew up listening to them. I got to do it. It's the part of who I am. And that song actually got us our deal.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
And that was that was the gospel song. And I never wanted to waver from that. Every time I'm doing something, I always incorporate it. So it's really me coming from the gospel, singing a little bit of R&B, and then coming back home. My grandmother's very happy because she was like, when are y'all going to go back to doing what y'all used to do back in the church? And so it was just something for me. And then, with life's ups and downs, I've been going through so much, like we all have, and I've used all of these experiences and written down my heart, to be honest, on paper. And I've had conversations with God, and I just wanted to invite everybody to share, with that personal relationship with him as well. So it was just a little bit of everything,
How did you choose the songs? Did you write any of the songs? Are you doing covers? Let's talk about it.
Yes, I wrote on all of the songs. I think it's important as an artist, coming from where I come from back in the day, we could not really be, although we were instrumental in, help writing, we didn't get the accolades or the recognition that we wanted to, and even the financial part of it. And so with this, I vowed to myself to write my truth. It's different when someone writes a song for you and you can sing it. I've done that several times, but with me, I just thought that it was important for me to speak from my heart. And I've had, like I said, peaks and valleys in this industry, even early on, being the big girl in Escape, and so many things I've had to go through, and not having my voice heard. I've had to fight to have my voice heard. Now, having my own label and signing myself to myself, I thought it was important to allow people to understand that your truth is your truth, and all I can do is come from my heart. And that was always important to me. So that's why, I wrote on so many songs from the experiences I've had.
It's Cafe Mocha. On the line, LaTocha Scott. She's announced her first gospel album, The Invitation, A Conversation with God. It'll be released April 7th via Motown Gospel. And we're so excited for it. The lead single is called Stay With Me. Let's talk about that, because, I always know I need God to stay with me, especially during my dark moments. So what was that process like,
For that particular song, that process was a little rough for me. I felt like I was by myself in a lot of ways. You know, as we were filming, you know, I'll just say I put my trust in my friends, and I say my friends as my sisters, those I grew up with, those I was in the industry with for about 30 years. And then I turned around and and I put my trust in them for several years to come back to be jaded by hurt and pain. You know, sometimes we can't even give people our ideas because people pray against you. Some people just don't want you to make it. They like it when you're down. And so I just said, you know what, Lord, as long as you don't go nowhere, as long as you stay with me, I'll be okay. And it's just a testament as even in females, we wear so many hats, and sometimes at the end of the day, we're so depleted because of giving. And God is showing me how he's giving back to me by allowing me to use my gift. And I'm going to use it. I don't care what nobody say. Don't set no bar for me. Don't put me in no genre of music. I want to be like, you know, Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston, who were able to sing gospel and then come back and do R&B and pop or whatever else. And that's important for us to know that we should be able to venture out to, you know, do things that we love. How dare people say you shouldn't do this? How in the world can we move on and prosper and try different things if we don't take the initiative to do it because of what someone else says? So I'm all for standing in my gift and my purpose.
Talking about standing in your purpose, was it difficult to go solo, being with the group for over 30 years?
You know, when I went in the studio, I'm so used to us. You know, Candy would sing, she would do the bottom note, and then Tiny would do the high note, and my sister and I, or Tiny and I would kind of switch up, and my sister would do the middle. So for me, it was a little different. I don't want to say difficult because I'm used to, you know, going in the studio and knocking it out. It's not hard for me. It's easy, but to look to my right and left and don't have my sisters with me, it was different. I'll put it like that. But like I said before, all this is coming from me, and it was just important for me to have my voice heard this time around.
Definitely. It's Cafe Mocha on the line. LaTocha Scott. We're talking about her new solo album. We're also talking about this new SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B, which airs on Bravo at 9:30 p.m. LaTocha, when they initially came to you to do this, what was the purpose of doing this type of show?
I didn't want to do it at first because, you know, our group has always it's always been cumbersome when we're filming because, you know, sometimes we haven't been able to communicate. And then on film, when we're communicating, it comes from a place of pain. But I said, you know what? My sister sat down and talked to me, and I spent time with her. As a matter of fact, I had stayed we got snowed in Atlanta. And we talked about the idea of doing music together. And as we were doing music together, you know, talking about the idea of it, and I was like, okay. And she was like, you know, we've been in this group so long, let's figure out what it's going to be like to do it outside of this, something different. Mm-hmm. And so I said, okay, you shed the light on sisterhood, you know, doing gospel and talking about our cookbooks. And I thought it was going to be that. And then when they said, okay, SWV was going to be brought in, you know, Coco and I are really good friends. And I was excited. She was excited. And then when we started filming, you know, there began to be so many egos involved. And I was like, wait, we're supposed to be talking about celebrating Black women in the industry over 30 years. We've already been battered, you know, not having our voices heard, and now we're battling one another. I just thought that it was ridiculous. And to this day, I just wish I never would have done it. That's my transparency with you guys. I wish I would not have done it because we never got to a resolve. And it's back and forth, and I never wanted to argue with them. I've always wanted us to be shown in a light that was a beautiful light. And editing has been involved, and people, it's so bad. But I'm just praying that part gets better. You know, I keep my relationships. I talk to all of the girls. And so that's
you're
all
still
I can
in contact with them. Yeah. It's just.
Yeah, I'm still in contact with them. It's just, I just hate the things, you know, transpire the way they are. And I don't like to do things for ratings. That's not what I signed up for. So when you see me looking crazy in some of these things, the first scene, my sister accused me of being a thief. And as they started to play out certain things, the scenes are put out of order, meaning, like if they say 3 days ago, I only shot the first scene with my sister. And then when you see something else, there goes 3 days earlier. There wasn't a scene 3 days earlier, which is very odd in how they were trying to, you know, control the narrative. And it's just a bit upsetting for me because this is not what I signed up for.
How's your mom handling this? Because, you know, the episode that you're talking about, that we were actually talking about it earlier in your mom's house, where she threw the cameras out. That episode just aired last weekend. It's out. I'm sure the internet is going wild over it. How is she feeling about, you know, having the family business out like that?
She's so tore up about it. It's just one of those things to where, you know, it's my mother, and to hear and see her be dragged in the media and not understanding the dynamic of our family and our relationship with one another. Anytime things have gone up and down, my mother's been there to be the mediator, the liaison, the person who teaches us to pray to get through it. And she's taught us that, I don't know how you guys were brought up, but what goes on in the house stays in the house, and we rectify the problems. We got to fight. We fight in house. We don't bring that out into the public, because you never want people to see that part, but we work through it, and we've always done that. So when the camera comes on, you know, there are times when, you know, the production would say, hey, say this and do that. And I'm not that. And they would get upset with me because they would say this. And I'm like, I'm not going to say that. That's not doing it. And other people would. Right. And some people like more shine than others. And then I'm like, well, that's not the truth. And then I started to find out that who cares about the truth when the lies is more entertaining for everybody. And I'm like, okay, this is not something that I can fight or beat. All I can do is walk in my truth and tell my story. And I'm doing that through music. I'm doing that just in my life, in my walk. And if people don't see the goodness or the purity in me or my spirit, then there's nothing else I can do to or for them. You know, all I can do is walk in my gift and do what I have to do. My mother was very hurt.
Oh, I can imagine. You know, at the Soul Train Awards, that was a very strange time as well. What actually happened with all that? For the listeners, what happened was that I saw you on the red carpet. You had a beautiful dress on, and the other girls had a dress, but they looked a little more cohesive. And then there was some miscommunication between you all.
Yeah, it was definitely miscommunication. When we were, right before we started to do dates, everybody was complaining about the stylist that we had, and we were spending a lot of money. And so as they started to show receipts, I'm the type of person where, you know, we were like, okay, we don't like this. Everybody was complaining, and I didn't want to complain. I didn't want to complain about it. And so I told the girls, like, listen, I'm going to get somebody else. I can't. You guys talk about them, and y'all go back to them. We talk about it, and we never find no type of resolution. So I said, I'm gonna find another stylist. And I had a stylist for a while, and nobody even knew that I had a different stylist. And my outfit started to get better and better and better because I had somebody who was just focused on me. And as they're focusing on me, I was like, okay, I like it. And his name is John. It's John the stylist. And so I felt good about myself. Before, I wasn't feeling good at all. A lot of things, my boots would be missing. I couldn't find my belts. And then I was spending this money. I'm like, okay. So fast forward, everything's been going good. And so right before Soul Train, my stylist reached out to the stylist that they still use and was like, you know, what's the color scheme? What are we doing? Because the girls need to be cohesive. And he never really said anything except just make sure that it's a gown of some sort. He never said the color, so we kept calling. I even reached out, and he was like, they kept saying they didn't know the colors. They didn't know the colors, and I was like, okay. So we get to Vegas, and we have rehearsals, and so everybody was kind of not really talking about nothing. We were just going through the motions, and then after that, Tiny and I had a conversation, and I go, what are we wearing? And she goes, girl, Tamika got a red dress. I got a silver dress. Candy got, you know. So she was telling me all the things that they had. But no, that wasn't even cohesive. I said, we're going to look crazy on the red carpet. I said, but guess what? A lot of times people wear what they want on the red carpet. But as long as we're in sync on stage, I'm good.
Right.
So when we got to the red carpet, they had on the same color. And I felt like, wow, why didn't you guys just, tell me? But they were like, well, we didn't know. We had our own stylist. And it started to become a tit for tat. And I'm like, okay, this is not what this is. I chose a different stylist. But other than that, every time y'all have seen me, I've had that same stylist.
Right.
And looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look great.
They had fired the stylist at first. And then I was like, wait, yeah. I was like, cool.
Oh, wow.
And we didn't even use the same stylist for the show, so... it was that. It was just back and forth. I don't do that. I don't talk about you behind the back. No, I don't do that. If it's something I don't like, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. I'm gonna stop. If if not, I'm not, and I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm just gonna keep it moving. So that's what I did. And so yeah, if everybody knows if that was the one hiccup, then something had to be wrong, and it wasn't on my end.
What made you decide not to tour with the girls? Because now it's just the three of them.
Well, I did not decide not to tour with them. When I told them after my husband's life was threatened on camera, which conveniently just got edited out, when his life was threatened, I didn't feel safe. And I said, hey, ladies, I can't work with this promoter. As long as we work with someone else, I'm cool with it. And so they went back to continue to work with the guy. And I was like, wait, and I know we, want money, but our money is not good money. Mm. And I was just like, I'm not going to, if I don't feel safe, I'm not going to go. And they continue to work with him. And then the next minute, I know my name was off of Wikipedia, and I'm like, what's happening here? So, it bothers me to an extent, but it's like, are y'all trying to kick me out of the group? Because I don't know. I really don't know what's going on with that, but I want to tour with my sisters. This is not something that I'm, and every time I go somewhere, like now I'm on a promotional run for my single and my album, and I keep getting why don't you want to perform? And I'm like, that's so hurtful for me because I want to perform. I don't not want to perform. Mm-hmm. And keep in mind, when we perform, we make money.
Yeah.
So not only are y'all, showing people that we're not on one accord, y'all don't want me to make no money.
We're talking to LaTocha Scott. Of course, the reality show is called The Queens of R&B. It airs Sundays, 8 p.m. on Bravo.
Hey, this is Claude Kelly from We Sound Crazy with your Black Music Month Spotlight. Victoria Monet is an American singer and songwriter. As an artist, Monet released a second installment of her Jaguar trilogy, titled Jaguar 2. The album won Best R&B Album and Best Engineered Album Non-Classical at the 66th Grammy Awards and featured hit singles such as Smoke.
And so I know I want the generation where that music was their prime to appreciate it, but also my generation to find some of the lyrics fun and use them as captions. So I want to have that juxtaposition.
Party Girls and the RAA certified platinum track On My Mama.
Hey, it's Angelique here. Walt Disney World Resort is bringing you the culture with music, art, and food. Imagine savoring Princess and the Frog's decadent bread pudding and berry beignets at Disney's Port Orleans Resort. Take in Disney's Animal Kingdom Park's Circle of Life Festival, celebrating the Lion King and more. Walt Disney World Resort is a place where you can come and celebrate with your family, and you can do it soulfully. Bring yourself to Walt Disney World Resort and celebrate the culture.
It's Cafe Mocha.
We've got LaTocha Scott on the line. She's just gone solo. She's got new music out. Yo, go ahead.
How's your husband feeling about the situation?
It's been so much and so many lies that have been told that he's over it. Like I said, he was the one who was instrumental in allowing my sister and I to have the conversation with the label. He went so hard to make sure that once we told him what we wanted to do, he went in and talked to the label. They were very excited about my sister and I doing a project. And I'm like, you accuse us, but we've been working together for years. We made millions of dollars together. I mean, we make more than $30,000 a night. So I'm like, where is this coming from? And everybody's like, well, they saying after TV, she's going to come back and apologize so we can. But I don't work like that. This is not, I don't do this for TV. I don't care about no ratings because you're making us look crazy. And the editing is not doing any better. But yeah, it's just a turmoil. It's just a whirlwind. It's a hurricane. It's a disaster.
Well, you say it's a disaster, but it's a ratings bonanza for Bravo. And,
for sure. But on the strength of us, though, like we 30 years in the game, you mean to tell me we sign up for some BS to be shown in this light? That's not what this is supposed to be. Like, you single-handedly with this show have almost destroyed a legacy that we built over the years. I feel slighted. I feel bamboozled. I don't like it. And I gotta every day defend something I started years ago, something that was my baby. I created this. I put my name on it. And so it hurt. It's very hurtful. It's very hurtful. Even with the things that's going on with my sister, like certain things have to be dealt with, with family issues. It's family.
That's right.
So you have so many people with so much to say and being so judgmental, and my mother's being dragged. But thank God for my faith. Thank God for my mother instilling that within me and my sister. She's a little out of her place right now, but I love her. And like I said, I don't want anybody to talk about my sister. We're going to get through this at some point. The family is coming together now. My grandmother, is starting to hear things, and she's upset. So normally when it gets to the hierarchy, the matriarch of our big family, things change. And that, to me, we have 3 more episodes, and I can't wait till all of this is over with so that people can get back to their normal lives, and I can get back to my family and get back to the music. And it's going to take some time for people to even understand, when the show goes off, it's going to be real. Y'all talk about reality TV. This is my reality life with my family. And I appreciate all those people who said that they're praying for us, and people are not pointing fingers because we're going through this. There's so many people going through far worse than this, and then just don't have the cameras in front of them.
That's true.
But as a culture, we need to do better. We definitely need to do a lot better than what we're doing.
We're doing this drama stuff, and we think that is, they're mixing our lives with drama. And, the last question before we let you go, I want us to go to a happier place. Let's talk about the early days of Escape and what was it like getting discovered and blowing up in the 90s. Take us back there.
Oh, we just wanted to sing. We put ourselves in all kind of talent shows, and we went to church and we sang, and we were just happy being together and just having people to see and respect the fact that we had something. And so when we got signed, it was something different. My sister and I, we come from humble beginnings, and so we were just happy. I was happy to buy my mother a washer and dryer so she didn't have to, squeeze the clothes out on her hand and hang them out. We were happy to buy her house, and we all lived in that same house because keep in mind before that we all stayed in one bed and we lived with our aunt, because my dad had left. So to me, it was everything because it's like now all the things that you've instilled within us, now we can show you better. We can tell you, monetary, but also the love. And we traveled the world. We had never left College Park, Georgia. So this was something big and new for us. And we started to travel. We did Arsenio Hall, and we went on to do talk shows, and we made some good money back in the day. It wasn't the best, but we were together. And so we learned, and we became, familiar with what this industry entails, and that's work. The workload got heavy, and then we just kept singing. So it was a fun time. We met so many stars and people and celebrities who still to this day kind of give us encouraging words, so it was big back then. It was a good time.
The album is called The Invitation, A Conversation with God. Contains 11 songs, including the newest, Stay With Me. It's LaTocha's first solo album. And you know what? We wish you well. We thank you for being so transparent here on Cafe Mocha. And we know that we'll see you all on stage again real soon.
Oh, for sure. Y'all prayers continue to pray for us. And, we are a work in progress. All of us, I think just life is like that. We just have to take the good with the bad and understand that we're blessed every day, first and foremost, because we're 10 toes down on this side of heaven, and love on one another. I'm happy that my album is coming out on Good Friday, right before Easter, where people can be healed. And because I found therapy through my own music, and I just hope that it heals so many other people and it reaches the heart. So all I can do is continue to be the vessel, and thank God for platforms like this where I can be transparent. I appreciate you guys. I really do.
Appreciate you too, sis. Okay, best of luck.
Made girl music. Thank you.
That's right. Yes, thank you.
It's Cafe Mocha, Angelique, Lonnie Love, and Yo-Yo. We just got off the line with LaTocha Scott of Escape, talking about the reality show. I'm sure you have thoughts, Lonnie.
Oh, definitely. I was feeling her energy, and I know Yo-Yo being a performer, when you think about the fact that you spent 30 years and then, you do a show, and I think a lot of times we do these shows and we don't know how it's going to turn out.
Right.
And, they get you on one thing. They tell you, and I'm talking about producers, the production company. They'll tell you, this is, we want to celebrate guys, and we want to, And now look at how it's turning out. And I just feel for her. No matter, what happened, I feel for anybody, because I feel like there is a way to produce a show without it has to be some type of drama.
Right.
It's like, I'm just not understanding, because I look at like even like RuPaul's Drag Race, they find a way to do positive shade or positivity and not make it so detrimental or so toxic that your reputation is so important. It's like, it's very, very important. And I could just feel, I could just feel where she was coming from when she said,
I hear what you're saying, and I certainly agree. I remember talking to Candy some years ago and asking her, with all that she's contributed to music, what it felt like to now be known for this reality stuff. It's weird to me that you contribute so much and then it all boils down to this reality show thing. But we've gotten to the point, especially with our reality shows, that we love to see them jump across the table with a bottle and knock each other in the head. That's where the bar is. The bar is, if you don't get up and smack somebody, if something crazy doesn't happen, then you're not going to get them eyeballs on the show. In theory.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, reality shows could be used for good, but the ones that I've seen, if you notice with Tia and Tamara, they tried to divide them. Any type of, especially the Black female reality shows, it's like they want to see drama, but we forget that they're really are real people. Like, this is why I prefer scripted shows. Scripted shows where there are actors, there's a beginning, middle, and an end. But unfortunately, we have a pending writer's strike that is probably going to hit Hollywood this summer. So you're going to see more of these reality shows. And I'm like, I wouldn't even mind if it's reality shows with people that are just like not known. But to sit back and to have, these sisters who've been working together for 30 years to build all this, like what she said, we built all this up, and then you put us on a reality show to chump us down. I just don't think it's a good thing to do. And this is the reason why. And, and I just really feel for them. I hope they can get it together, but there's always going to be, when I was doing The Real, I always was on the fact that this is not a reality show. It's a talk show. You need to not lie. You need to not, make up stories. Let's just talk about, subjects and things like that. And let's not make up some stories to make us look a certain type of way. We're not a reality show.
Right.
And people try to infuse drama, producers try that. And it's like, no, that's not the purpose. The purpose of The Real was to help to promote different type of shows, to help to talk about what was happening in the culture at the time, what was happening in the news. But it was such a fight. And so that's why I feel for all of those girls, because, we're just living in times where you need the promo, but sometimes toxicity and negativity is what's ruling, and we gotta fight it. We gotta learn how to stop it.
And the good thing about it is a lot of people are really turning away from it. No one wants to see that anymore.
Yeah, nobody wants that negativity. So, but hopefully things will get better. Cafe Mocha on the line. She is the Empress of Soul. You know her.
Thank you so much.
As Gladys Knight, Miss Knight, I am so excited to talk to you. Congratulations. You are the 2021 National Medal of Arts recipient. You're at the White House right now as we speak. How does it feel to get this honor from the president?
Amazing. I mean, it's great when they call you, and you get a chance to do something like that. So that's all how I always look at things,
Now, you're in good company with these people, Miss Knight, because your exceptional talent has influenced music genres from rhythm and blues to gospel to pop. It's captivating. You're just awesome. Can you tell us, how do you keep it so young? How do you keep it so fresh? Because you're still touring.
Yes, because I just love what I do, and I stand on solid ground as far as God is concerned. He gives us themes, and for me, it's a song.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so there you go. And then my wonderful husband keeps me balanced.
I love
He
that.
does.
I love that.
Yeah. Talking about you owe him $50.
I owe your husband Bill $50 because I was at the Kennedy Center honors that you got honored this fall at the Kennedy Center, and I didn't get to see you, and that was a magnificent tribute. How did that feel? How does it feel to be at this point in your career and you're getting all this acknowledgement?
It's amazing. It really is. It's amazing. And you can't take those things for granted. And having things like this or have someone to put you in that era, and, in that measure, I mean, you get a chance to help others as well. It's not just about us, so to speak, and that's what I like about it the most is the fact that you can go up a little bit, but then you get a chance to grow and you get a chance to pass it on.
Definitely. Well, at the White House, the president, along with the First Lady, Miss Jill Biden, is going to have a wonderful ceremony honoring you, Miss Gladys Knight, along with some others for the 2021 National Medal of Arts. Congratulations, Miss Knight. I can't wait to come and see you. And you guys, if you want to go see Gladys Knight in concert, go to GladysKnight.com. I will see you soon. Right. And tell your husband I'll have that $50 waiting when I see you.
Yeah, okay. I love you. He told me to tell you to get that $50 waiting.
Show it's gonna be a whole fraud. My money.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Have a good day, Miss Knight. It's Cafe Mocha.
Yeah, there you go. Take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
And stand tall. See what happens.
I know. Love you.
Love you too, babe.
Bye-bye.
It's Cafe Mocha. I'm Angelique.
Yo, along with Lonnie Love. Yo, it's springtime, ladies, and there are a lot of Black TV shows that we should be watching.
Ooh.
I actually got to watch an interesting show written by Donald Glover, starring Dominic Fishback, called Swarm. And it's very unusual. It's on Amazon Prime. And it's very, very unusual, different type of dark horror type of show. So it's been trending during the weekends. People have been, watching it, and it's kind of based on a fan base that is sort of similar to like the fan bases of like the Beehive or Rihanna's Navy. And it basically takes this social media type of item and it's made into a docuseries. It's very interesting. Dominic Fishback does a great job in the title role, and it's called Swarm. So you might want to be able to check that out on Amazon Prime. Also, you have a new show called Unprisoned, which stars Kerry Washington. Almost 20 years behind bars, a man is released from prison, tries to get back into society and into his daughter's life. It's Delroy Lindo, who I love, Kerry Washington, and you can watch it on Hulu. Also,
it's good. Have you watched the episodes?
I haven't, but, I've been seeing great reviews about it, so I think that that's important. And also, Bel Air has come back, and it's also been renewed. This is season 2. Bel Air is currently now on Peacock, and it's already been renewed for season 3. That's how good it has gotten. Yeah. You still have Power Book 2 Ghosts, which you can find on Stars. You ladies were talking about SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B. That's on Bravo. Also, you have a show called Grand Crew.
Grand Crew!
6 friends brought together by life, and they're navigating their lives through Los Angeles. It's like Nicole Byer, Justin Cunningham, a lot of new Black faces. You can watch that on NBC. Actually,
Grand Crew is cute. It's in its 2nd season. They haven't done a lot of episodes, but it's just a a cute little fun Black 30-somethings drinking wine and dating and getting in trouble and being silly.
I love it. And you
it's
also
refreshing.
have Abbott Elementary. Of course, you know, the hit show on ABC starring Quinta Brunson, who's the writer and creator, Shirley Ralph, Tyler James. They got a slew of awards this award season for Abbott Elementary. You can watch that on ABC. Also, there is a show on Amazon Prime called Harlem. A group of vibrant Black 30-somethings juggle love, work, and personal fulfillment in the Mecca that is Harlem. It's kind of like Sex and the City.
And the outfits.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
I love them.
Megan Good, Grace Byers, Tyler Lempley, Joseph Quinn, Quinn Joseph, not Joseph Quinn. And so that is on Prime Video as well. You also have Reasonable Doubt, which is an Onyx Collective. And Onyx Collective is this wonderful production company that focuses on Black stories. Mm-hmm. And so this Reasonable Doubt is about a criminal attorney. She finds herself in a world of trouble. Yeah, and her personal life, and it gets blurred. So you can watch that on Hulu.
It's sexy. They're naughty in that a little bit.
Really? And so that was my report on all the new Black shows for the spring.
If you want to hear the whole thing, subscribe to the podcast or just go to mochapodcastnetwork.com, mochapodcastnetwork.com. Until next time, you can find us on all platforms at Cafe Mocha Radio.
Cafe Mocha is a production of Miles Ahead Broadcasting in partnership with Compass Media. Executive producer Sheila Eldridge. For comments, booking, or more information, visit cafemocharadio.com.
Hi, this is Chuck Harmony from We Sound Crazy with your Black Music Month Spotlight. Missy Elliott is a pioneering American songwriter, rapper, singer, and producer. She emerged in the 1990s as part of the R&B girl group Sister and gained widespread recognition for her innovative approach to performance and music production.
Me, I'm super fly, super duper fly, super duper fly. Me, I'm super fly, super duper fly.
In 2020, Billboard ranked her at number 5 on their list of the 100 greatest music video artists of all time. And in 2023, Elliott became the first female rapper inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Being the first to be inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame means so much to me because I never thought that in a million years, like that's probably the top tier of making it as an artist.
Hey, it's Angelique here. Walt Disney World Resort is bringing you the culture with music, art, and food. Imagine savoring Princess and the Frog's decadent bread pudding and berry beignets at Disney's Port Orleans Resort. Take in Disney's Animal Kingdom Park's Circle of Life Festival, celebrating the Lion King and more. Walt Disney World Resort is a place where you can come and celebrate with your family, and you can do it soulfully. Bring yourself to Walt Disney World Resort and celebrate the culture.